You have found the right path to retirement. My name is Casey. I'm here with my buddy, Jimmy Lynn, a certified financial planner and the founder of Right Path Wealth Management right here in Vegas. And I'm asking him for his ideas on things you can be working on as you are getting closer to your retirement. As you're listening today, if you want to start the conversation about your financial future, we are here for you. You can call us at 702-744-8344 to set a time on the calendar for that introductory call with Jimmy. We've got those 5 spots set aside exclusively for our radio listeners for this complimentary retirement consultation. So go ahead, snag a spot, 702-744-8344, or online at rightpathwm.com. Click on the contact tab, fill out your info, and we will reach out to you and get connected. All right, Jimmy, I've got an interesting new term for you. Do you know what spaving is? Have you heard of that?
I have never heard of that.
All right, I'm going to tell you what it is, all right? Here we go. So spaving is when you spend more money in the name of saving money. So we're talking about things like buy one, get one free deals. And, did you even need that product in the first place? Things like doubling the number of items in your online checkout cart so that you get the free shipping, but you're spending extra to save just, a little bit. And things like driving out of your way to save 10 cents on a gallon of gas, and you're going to burn more gas actually getting there to save the 10 cents. So that is spaving. Now, these decisions, they may seem smart in the moment, but they can really cost you in the long run. So I wanted to chat with you about this idea of spaving. Jimmy, what do you think are some spaving theories that you see in retirement planning that can end up taking a chunk from your nest egg at the end of the day?
Well, Casey, I want to add one more to that list that I'm guilty of
Okay.
is those like 7-day or 30-day free trials
Yes.
that you do have to provide your credit card and then it rolls into a contract. I can never figure out how to cancel it. I'm still
Jimmy,
getting charged.
How many of those do we have going on between us right now? I think we're probably in double digits because I am
I
right
got
there with
2
you.
Disney Plus accounts. We never watch Disney Plus, but I got 2 Disney Plus accounts. I don't know how to cancel it. So
I think
I'm
my
guilty of
household
that.
has double Netflix, double Hulu, definitely double Disney Plus.
It's incredible. So guilty of that.
Let's work on that. Let's set a goal for the month to
but
work on that before the new year.
yeah, but those are small mistakes. I mean, relatively speaking, right? When we talk about spaving in a sense for financial planning, what I see the biggest culprit there is the DIY, the do-it-yourselfers, where you're trying to do a lot on your own. And I commend people for wanting to take initiative and do it on their own. But a lot of times, the reality is you don't know what you don't know. And engaging in a professional who lives in this world is, in my opinion, invaluable because generally speaking, the goal is if you're going to be invested in the market and you have a professional over the long run, you should ideally get a little bit higher. If I'm getting a 1.5% higher return because I have a professional that does this every single day, or on the downside, because I had an allocation that set you up where when the market corrects and we have a big drop, you don't have all your eggs in one basket. Savings like that can typically oftentimes make up for a lot of these fees, or just being able to have a plan where you're going to save money over the long run because you have a professional who lives in a taxation on a day-to-day basis. These are just things that you're going to be able to see value over the long run because, I deal with the smartest people that are executives at different companies or your medical professionals, but they have expertise in their world and they don't live in the world of financial planning. And it moves so quickly that I think that's where if somebody's trying to save a dollar here or there just to do it themselves, they don't know that they're going to pay a price until that price comes and then it's too late. So I would say that's the biggest thing is just the do-it-yourselfers.
Here's something that we've probably both noticed is that in our quest to be savvy sometimes with our money, we end up making moves that actually hurt us in the long run. So have you seen cases where folks, in an effort to save just a little, end up missing out on bigger opportunities or even hurting their retirement plans in the long run? What are your thoughts on how these short-term saving strategies could end up backfiring over an extended period of time?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, because paying a tax bill now voluntarily versus being forced to at a later date through like required minimum distributions. And so paying that tax bill early, it just seems unnecessary because you're putting out cash. But over the long runs, a lot of these strategies can help people potentially save hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime or to their heirs. And my thought process is you always pay taxes when they're cheapest. And if you don't want to pay it now when it's cheap for you, you're not benefiting your surviving spouse or your kids. The only entity that benefits is the IRS. You're essentially tipping the IRS. So I would say that's an easy area where people are trying to save, but they're ending up paying more over the lifetime. So, I mean, if people want to understand this a little deeper to see if these concepts make sense with regards to taxes or their investment strategies, we do offer a complimentary consultation where we can talk about these very much like that free 30-day trial that we sign up for, but you're not going to be automatically forced into a relationship with us. It is truly a complimentary consultation. So call us at 702-744-8344, and we'll let you know what we recommend.
Give us a call now. That number is 702-744-8344. We will find you the next convenient time on the calendar to get you scheduled for that initial 15-minute phone call with just you and Jimmy. No pressure, like he said, just a chance for you guys to chat through your situation, to see where you're at in your retirement journey. And then you guys can find a time to sit down here in his office. He's got offices in Henderson and Summerlin. So again, that number, it's 702-744-8344, or visit rightpath.wm.com. Click on the media or contact us tab, plug in your info, and we will be happy to reach out directly to you. 702-744-8344, or online at rightpathwm.com. All right, we said it earlier, Jimmy, but here we are in December. The holidays are officially here. There's no turning back. And if you're planning to rent a car for any of your holiday travel, you need to listen to this. Some customers who have rented from Hertz lately are not happy. The company has installed AI scanners at about a dozen U.S. airports, with plans to expand that to 100 U.S. airports before the year's end. So just a few more weeks. And what are they looking for? Well, even the teeniest, tiniest damage to the vehicle you rented that might not even be noticeable to the naked eye or at first glance when you return it. And renter Adam Foley talked to CBS News about this recently.
As soon as we landed back in San Antonio on our flight, I started getting automated messages immediately saying that there were damages found on the vehicle and that I owed $80 for two small different dents and then $190 for a processing fee, and so a total of $350 for what are pretty negligible events that I didn't even detect.
So this guy was actually issued a refund after CBS approached Hertz. But I heard this and I was thinking about it from a retirement perspective, Jimmy, and your retirement plan may also have little dings in the form of fees that you don't detect yourself. So when you work with your clients, Jimmy, can you tell people what they are really paying when it comes to fees in their plan?
Yeah, whenever people come in after we do the complimentary phone consultation, we oftentimes will invite people into our offices, and we always encourage them to bring in those statements, their 401k, IRA statements, any of their brokerage accounts, their variable annuities, because what we do and what we have access to as financial professional is we can do things like Morningstar reports where we will input every single position, every mutual fund you have, every annuity you have, and determine what the embedded fees you may have in there that you don't know about. There's something for mutual funds, there's something called an expense ratio. And essentially, those are management fees that the mutual fund company is charging, but they don't show up on the bottom line. There's not a line item that says you're paying this fees. You have to go through like a 20, 30-page prospectus to tell you exactly what those fees are. So we can really help people at least be educated on what they're paying for that. Variable annuities are another culprit we see, where there's just huge fees in there for things that are still tied to the market. And we're not huge fans of that, but we can at least educate people on what they're paying there and what's eating away at their portfolio. Oftentimes people are just paying way too much in fees or just, expenses through lack of planning.
Getting that second opinion on your plan is the key here. And you can't get a second opinion from the person that gave you the first. So getting that second set of eyes on your plan all starts with a phone call. We've opened up those 5 spots on our calendar just for radio listeners today. So be one of the first 5 to call right now. Put a time on the calendar for your initial 15-minute phone conversation with Jimmy. This is no fee, no obligation. It's an initial step in the planning process. Just you and Jimmy chatting on the phone. You can talk to him about what you're worried about. Are you worried about your income streams in retirement? Are you worried about the fees that you might be paying that you don't know about? Let's talk about it. So again, it starts with you dialing 702-744-8344. 8344 to put a time on the calendar for your 15-minute phone call with Jimmy. 702-744-8344. Or again, find us at rightpathwm.com. Now, Jimmy, some people might say the world is not exactly in the best shape right now with all the political, social, economic turmoil that's going on. So maybe our friend, comedian Derek Stroop, has a point.
Listen, you should be eating whatever you want. The world's on fire. If you watch the news and go, I'll take a kale salad, you're sick in the head, man. There's no better time than now to put gravy on your salad. I'm serious. Out here eating healthy, you got people exercising. I think that's crazy too. You want to live to be 100 to see how this movie ends? You got problems, man.
No better time to put some gravy on your salad than right now. But seriously, more retirees are living longer than ever. So, Jimmy, what strategy can help preserve income for a longer than expected retirement? Should somebody live to be 100? Even if the markets get shaky, what can we be doing to preserve that income in the long run?
Well, I think the first thing we can all do just to preserve our sanity is probably get off social media and get off TV for a little bit. Make sure to implement those breaks.
Get rid of that
Because
second Disney Plus subscription.
get rid of that second one and the first one probably.
While you're at
Because
it.
like that's true. Anytime you turn on the news, it's the sky is falling, and legitimately so. We have a lot of chaos around the world. But we also have a 24-hour news cycle where any piece of news is going to be amplified on television, on social media. And that actually trickles in to the economy because, historically speaking, I think that we had stable economies with regards to the stock market that wasn't quite as volatile. I mean, there's always been volatility, but now any piece of news gets delivered very quickly and the markets react very quickly. And you just have more people with access to investing through different platforms now. So more people have access to be able to move the market. And I say all that to say that it is important to be in the market because things like inflation continue to eat at us. So you have to make sure that you grow your money. You're not going to be doing that, putting cash in a CD or a savings account. So being involved in the market is important, especially when we're living longer. But I think that it has to be all part of a plan, creating buckets of money and having that long-term money that can sustain the ups and downs. So at the end of the day, with all the news coming out, if you give your accounts a 15, 20-year horizon, it should, historically speaking, do very well. And in the interim, have those multiple income streams that you can create and have some money that's kind of more of an asset preservation strategy. You create these different buckets, and then I don't think you have to worry about what's going on in the news. So that's exactly what we do, Casey, at our office. That's how we give our clients confidence going into retirement. So if anyone is feeling that anxiety, as that comedian said, because you're watching the news and you're on social media, give us a call. We will give you some clarity in your plan. We will provide you with some confidence, and at least you have someone to double check what you're doing. So if you want to have that complimentary consultation, it's a phone call with me, 702-744-8344. And then if it makes sense, we are in Las Vegas. You can come into our Summerlin office. You can come into our Henderson office, but it starts with making that phone call.
It all starts with that phone conversation with just you and Jimmy. Talking on the phone, you can explain to him what questions you have, and then he can share with you information about how he and his team might be able to help. So let's put a time on the calendar for your initial 15-minute phone conversation with Jimmy. Remember, this is no fee. There's no obligation. This is just a conversation with somebody who knows this retirement landscape locally. Jimmy's right here in Vegas, and he's ready to share information with you and get some ideas on how he and the team might be able to help you move forward. Again, that number, 702-744-8344. If you are 5 to 10 years away from retirement, this is where you are going to feel the benefits of the kind of planning Jimmy and the team do really take effect. So let's start that conversation with Jimmy. 702-744-8344 is that number to dial right now. We've got our teammates standing by off the air, ready to answer your call and help you put that time on the calendar. You can also always go to rightpathwm.com and click on the media or the contact us tab to begin that way with us as well, or just call us right now. Let's go ahead and get that time on the calendar. 702-744-8344, 702-744-8344. That is going to do it for us this week. We will be back next week, same time, same place, with more great insight from certified financial planner Jimmy Lynn here on The Right Path to Retirement. Take care.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Right Path Wealth Management. Right Path Wealth Management is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Right Path Wealth Management are not subject to investment advisory requirements. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. Any reference to the protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing carrier. This radio podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It's not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decision, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Right Path Wealth Management is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Right Path Wealth Management.
Market Guard is a firm that provides investment signals as well as portfolio allocation recommendations, wide variety of model portfolios. Market Guard does not offer advice or enter into fiduciary relationships.